Hey ladies, how are you doing? Welcome. This is week 3 of our Elite Energy Reset series, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I know that this week is going to be an amazing week, and I am grateful that we have come to this conclusion of our 3-week series. And this series is all about making sure that you, as a high achieving woman, have everything you need to look and feel your best. This week, we're talking about momentum. Momentum meaning what does it look like after this 3-week program is over, this 3-week series, this 3-week reset? How do you continue this, right? How do you continue to keep going so that you don't feel like you've lost it? All right, so let's get into it. Week 1, we discuss mindset, right? We're being purposeful in everything we do, everything that we've given, every assignment. Week 2, last week we discussed motivation. How are we staying motivated way past what we feel? How are we tapping into discipline and making sure that motivation isn't our only resource? That we do have motivators, but we also need to realize that because we have motivators, these are the reasons we must do it. And now it's time to maintain it. So, I want to let you know something. I'm going to be completely candid. I've been candid this whole series. Why stop now? This system, the culture, the work culture, the 9 to 5, the entrepreneur, I'm working the American dream, right? It's a system. And this system is designed to keep you in a loop, a busyness that will eventually kill, steal, and destroy your joy, your happiness, your peace of mind, your focus, your mindset, your energy, your appetite, and most importantly, your confidence. If you are not aware, if it's already not happening, I can guarantee you that you will be approaching burnout, and that is not the goal, especially now that you're in the Elite Energy Reset series. So if this sounds familiar, I just want to let you know it's not just that you're tired. The world is wired to keep you overwhelmed. It's to keep you reactive instead of being intentional, and to can keep you in motion but not in momentum. And so that's what we're resetting this week. And so you're probably being praised for always being on, like, good job. Like, you always on top of it, you're always on the go. But if your body is breaking down, your peace is slipping, and you're starting to resent the very thing that you once prayed for, you once asked God for, increasing your business, more exposure, more clientele, more visibility, it's time to reset. And so momentum isn't about doing more, it's about doing better, more things consistently. And that requires stillness, that requires slowness, and most importantly, it requires strategy. So let's bring in some science into this, right? There's a formula in physics for momentum, and it is P equals M times V, where P is momentum, momentum being your power in motion. This is a force of strength, a force of power in and of itself. And this is also represents your ability to build and sustain forward progress. Okay, so if you're writing in the equation, P equals M times V, P is momentum, and that is your power, that is your motion, your power in motion, where M represents the mass, your mass. And this isn't just your physical weight. It is representative of your weight, but it also represents your capacity, your priorities, your God given assignments. We talked about this on week 1. Now accepting everything that's coming onto your plate, whether it be at work or whether it be at home, knowing what is God calling you to serve and represent in this season. And V, velocity. Now, this is the pace and rhythm of your daily choices, the habits and movements that create consistent forward motion. Velocity isn't necessarily speed. Now, speed tells you how fast you're going. For instance, you could be in a car going 60 miles per hour. That is speed. Velocity is different in that you could be in a car going 60 miles per hour east. The main difference between speed and velocity is direction. There are many of us that are going fast, but going nowhere, and don't even know where we're going, or going fast, but going in the wrong direction. And so velocity is not just the momentum, this distance in which you're going, it's also the direction. I want to let you know that you don't need to go fast. You need to go consistently in the direction of what God is calling you to carry. I'll say it again. You don't need to go fast. You just need to go consistently in the direction of where God is telling you to go and what He's telling you to carry. And if you're misaligned in either your mass, which is again, you're carrying too much, or the wrong things, or your velocity, which is you're moving too fast or maybe too inconsistently in the wrong direction, then your momentum won't sustain. So you need both. You need to make sure that one, you're carrying what you're supposed to be carrying, and two, you're carrying it in the right direction so you can have momentum. When one is off balance, of course, the other one is not going to work, and therefore you won't have the momentum that you need. So, what are some signs that momentum is building? I'm glad you asked that because this is after week 3. You should start seeing some changes in your diet, in your energy, in your focus, in your conversation. Hello, your language is important. That's a part of your mindset. So, let's get into it. Your daily decisions feel more effortless, whether it's daily decisions regarding you. Maybe you're delegating more. Maybe you are taking a moment to pause and maybe taking a moment to reflect. The things that you have done throughout this 3-week process to get you here, at some point in time, it should feel like a routine. Remember the first 3 days we were doing the morning reset where I had you waking up and drinking lemon water and wheatgrass and all of the things? That's super, super important. And you still want to continue to do that. After a couple of days, if you were doing it, you started to feel like, oh, this is pretty doable. I could do that, right? Because it became a natural part of your routine. Why? Consistency. Number 2, your workouts or your movement routines, they feel more automatic. Now, I didn't say it feels necessarily easier, but you feel stronger. You don't feel like it's a push, a heavy pull. Maybe you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to get up and do this anymore. Maybe you're not feeling that. That's a great thing. That is a sign that your momentum is building because you're still being consistent. Maybe your cravings and your emotional spirals have less power. So you're not eating and snacking as much in the night. Why? Because we put a program in place, parameters in place that you would stop eating around 8 p.m. And so now you're used to not snacking. I'm not saying you're not hungry, but it's not a part of, it's not the first thing your mind goes to, or your hand's not going to go in a bag of chips or some cookies or M&Ms, right? Your cravings and your emotional spirals have less power over you. That is a sign your momentum is building. Another sign your momentum is building. You're not starting over, you're staying with it. This whole start, stop has got to stop. And so your momentum is building when you realize, you know what? One day at a time, I'm staying encouraged, I'm staying on top of it, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling energized. Your momentum is building. Get excited. Another one, small wins are stacking. I've asked you before, hey, what is your win for this week? Make sure you're always reminding yourself, saying it out loud, write it down. What are your wins? It could be anything. The more you start reciting your wins out loud, the better you'll feel. I said this last week on the call of motivation, that confidence is a result of keeping your word to yourself and producing results. And so when you start seeing results in terms of your attitude, your mindset, you feel a lot better. You feel a lot more energized and focused. And last one, your calendar is beginning to reflect your priorities. So you are not taking on everything. You're not accepting every meeting. You're not going to every networking party. You're not doing all of the things that you once did before. Now, this is going to continue to you'll continue to progress in this. This isn't a one time thing and you're done. You're going to have to continue to manage your schedule and say, I probably shouldn't be a part of that, or I probably don't need to go to that, or maybe I can send somebody else, or maybe it's not for me in this season. These are signs that your momentum is building. The moment you start to stop and pause and reflect, maybe I don't need to do this, or what did I learn, or why doesn't this feel right for me? That's a great sign. Your momentum is building. And so momentum makes success feel more possible. It affirms your identity, it builds confidence, and creates a domino effect of peace, of success, and of power. I want to take a moment to anchor this in something that I believe was going to not only change your lifestyle, but also encourage you in your faith. Matthew 6 and 11 says, give us this day our daily bread. That is a part of the Lord's Prayer. Now, the Lord's Prayer is where the Jesus gives the disciples how to pray. Because even in the Bible, Jesus often withdrew to go and pray to the Father, to take moment. God Himself, God in human form, in Jesus' form, came and often withdrew. And so, give us this day our daily bread, not our weekly grind, not our monthly hustle. Jesus teaches that daily dependence is not just spiritual, it's physical. Now, in this prayer, give us this day our daily bread was a representation of the children of Israel getting their daily bread from God, right? He would provide, He is a provider. And I want to ask you, you need to apply this same thing as a child of God, as a daughter of God. What is your daily bread as it pertains to your health and wellness? What do you need to be doing? How is today different than any other day? What do you need to help you stay focused, stay in alignment, stay ready? And so I want you to start asking yourself these questions in the morning. I'll give you two questions. Question number one, God, what do I need to fuel my body today? God, what do I need to fuel my body today? If I'm going to ask God, give me this day my daily bread, why can't you talk about your fitness? Why can't you talk about your wellness? Why can't you talk about your health? He cares. He wants to know about these things. So ask Him, what do I need? And He'll tell you. And it's up to you to write it down or, jot it down, however, and make sure that you take note of that. The second question you can also ask is, Holy Spirit, what is the one thing I can do to maintain momentum in my fitness today? Notice the key words in both of these questions, even though they're the same type of question, is today. Give me today my daily bread. Your daily bread, your daily dependence on Him. Let Him tell you what you need. He knows your schedule. He knows your calendar. He knows what's going to happen. You don't. You have an idea, you have a snapshot, but He knows the ending from the beginning. And so, if you're going to trust in God to help guide you in this season, each and every day in your business, in your family, you might as well surrender. You should be surrendering and releasing your health and wellness as well. God, tell me, do I need to go on a walk today? Do I need to go for a bike ride? Do I need to spend time with my spouse? Do I need to spend time with my children? Let Him tell you what you need so you don't always feel like you're missing the mark. After you ask those questions, I want you to do it, right? So let's say He tells you what to do, and He will, not let's say, He tells you what to do. Don't overthink it. Don't shame yourself. Don't overplan it. Just do the one thing that God told you to do and do it with Him. So if He's telling you to go on a 20-minute walk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go on the 20-minute walk at 3 in the afternoon with Him. Put on your headphones, walk around your office, get on your walking pad, do whatever it takes to get it done. The same way you would do whatever it takes to get it done for your client, for your business, for your family, do it for yourself. Because when you feel better mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, it shows up in everything else. You're a leader amongst leaders. They're looking to you. So if you're always feeling like you're running from behind, it's going to be hard to imitate that. You don't want your team imitating what they see. You want them to imitate what you're doing. So just do the one thing with God, do it with Him. Now, I know all of this sounds great, and I wouldn't want to say this without letting you know that this is not going to get any easier, but you do get stronger. And I would not be doing you a service if I told you all the good that comes, but not the the challenging part. So I want to let you know that sustaining momentum requires sacrifice. So let's be real. This isn't always going to be convenient, right? For some of you, you had to miss this call today. Totally fine, right? We scheduled it. We knew it was on the calendar. Stuff came up. Life started lifing. Business started businessing. I totally understand, which is why we made the recording. Let's be real. It's not always going to be convenient. But here's the thing. Obedience will cost you your comfort. But you were never called to be comforted, you were called to be purposeful. And so I want to give you an idea, a snapshot of what is your daily sacrifices, your weekly sacrifices, monthly or seasonal. What will it look like? Because here's the thing, momentum is going to come with sacrifice. If you're going to maintain this, if you're going to feel better, if you're going to make this a part of your lifestyle to where your health and wellness is increasing, you are going to have to do the work. You are going to have to sacrifice. That's it. And so let's talk about, what does it look like? What does a daily sacrifice look like? I'll give you three of each. So for a daily sacrifice, number one, maybe you have to wake up 30 minutes earlier. For those of you that do not wake up early, maybe this is your sacrifice for maintaining your momentum. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. And in that 30 minutes earlier, you wake up and you just settle your mind. You pray, just sit in stillness, sit in the slowness and the start of your day. Command your day, right? So you're not bombarded with emails. This doesn't mean start scrolling on your phone. Which brings me to my next point. Number two, move your body before checking your phone. So let's just say you do wake up 30 minutes early and you take time to pray, you take time to spend time with God. Then you go for a walk, then you go on your workout or go cycling. Move your body, be intentional before you're checking your phone. What time do you wake up? I can't tell you what time to wake up. I can say wake up 30 minutes earlier. Wake up maybe and give yourself some time so you're not always feeling in a rush. Because if you tell yourself you're going to do this in the middle of the day, hey, you might have every intention to do so, but it may not work out that way. So move your body before checking your phone. Move your body before answering any emails or any messages or anything of the nature. And number three, maybe you journal instead of scrolling. Notice I said everything. You could do three different things daily as a daily sacrifice. You can wake up 30 minutes earlier. You can move your body before you check your phone. You can journal instead of scrolling. We did journaling week 1. Right? We wrote out how we felt. We spent time. We asked ourselves these questions. We asked God certain questions. Remember, the system is designed to keep you moving. If you're going to sustain momentum, you have to slow down. Stillness is a part of your strategy. Slowness is a part of your strategy. It is nothing to rebuke. It is nothing to say you don't need it. You do need it, because when you're clearer, you're more focused, you can get more done. What does a weekly sacrifice look like? Weekly sacrifices to maintain your momentum. Number one, you skip a social event to meal prep. You don't got to be at every networking event. So if it's at 6:30 on a Tuesday, is it necessary for you to be there and you know you have to meal prep and you haven't done it yet? Maybe you skip that event and you stay at home in your house, beat traffic, and do the meal prep. That's a sacrifice. What are you sacrificing? Going to shake hands and exchange business cards and drink wine and eat food that you're probably going to regret later, right? You don't have to feel like you have to be at everything, or maybe you send someone else to do it and you still stay at home and you do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Number two, say no to a client meeting during your workout window. So for those of you that are scheduling your workouts in the evening or in the afternoon, don't take a phone call. Whether it be, I'll even add family. Like let's get used to putting our phone on do not disturb and honoring that time. That is your time to get yourself together. It's your time to get focused, to get reacclimated. So no, you shouldn't be checking emails. No, you shouldn't be responding to texts. I'm not saying ignore everyone for an entire period of time, but for the time you set aside to exercise your workout window, honor it. Boundaries. Jesus often withdrew. And when he often withdrew, guess what? The disciples did not go with him. I'll be back. He went onto mountains by himself to go commune with his Father. If the Savior of the world can do that, why can't you? And number three, ask for help. This is big. Delegate, reschedule, pause. Many of you guys are doing this. I heard some of your wins that you're delegating. That's amazing. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to have the answer to everything. So you delegate. You send out someone to do what you can do. You reschedule. Hey, how many times do you need to reschedule something, right? That's not a bad thing. It's not poor planning. It's knowing that you have limits and you're embracing those limits. And then sometimes you just need to pause, and that's cool. What does maintaining your momentum look like on a monthly basis? What is a sacrifice on a monthly basis? So maybe you sacrifice on a monthly basis. You block out a full day of rest to reset. So maybe once a month, you say on a Tuesday or a Thursday, I'm going to block out the entire day, and this is a day of rest. This is my Sabbath. Now you should already be, taking a rest weekly, but maybe you be really intentional that I mean, the whole day. Maybe you go for a spa day. Maybe you go away or do something for yourself, but you block out an entire day. Maybe on a monthly basis. Number two, you book your workouts or wellness appointments first, right? You book it first, you plan out your schedule, and then you stick to it. And number three, you revisit your goals and eliminate what no longer serves. Many of us think that we're not making progress, and it's not that you're not making progress, it's just that you haven't checked to see how far you've come. And so when you set aside every month, I'm going to check how far I've come, you give yourself that ammunition to basically get it together. I don't want to say put yourself under a time crunch, but to realize, oh, I have a goal I'm working towards. And so I've got to make sure that at a certain point in time, I want to make sure that I'm getting this in alignment. I'm getting there, so because I'm going to check it on this day. And lastly, what does sacrifice look like from a seasonal standpoint? A season being winter, summer, spring, fall, right? Seasons is every 3 months. So, what is your seasonal sacrifice going to look like? Maybe you reprioritize travel, speaking, or work opportunities. So you look at your calendar for the next 3 months. Maybe you're not accepting so many speaking engagements, so much travel during this time. You reprioritize. This is going to take conscious effort to sit down and say, what do I want Q1 of 2026 to look like? Do I want to be booked and busy? Is this a busy season for us? If it's not a busy season for us, well, then how do I plan rest? How do I plan recovery? How do I plan to reflect? Number two, you honor your energy cycles. For some of you, that's if you're still you're still in your administration season, that's okay. If you're going into perimenopause, you might want to honor your energy cycles around that. If you are in menopause, honor your energy around that. What are you eating? How are you exercising more? Are you strength training? These are intentional things that, yes, your hormones and your body is going to change. These are real life changes. And so you have to work as harder to maintain your energy, whether you are in perimenopause or postmenopause or in menopause. You honor it by figuring out, well, where am I and what do I need? That's a seasonal sacrifice. And maybe another seasonal sacrifice is you let go of an image of success that costs you your wellness. I'm not saying kick your goals to the curb. I'm not saying kick your agenda to the curb. I'm saying you let go of that image of success. Week one, we talked about who told you success had to look like that. Many of us, myself included, have made up an idea of what a success look like based off of what? What culture, what society is telling us that when we make more money, we get more clients, we get more awards and more accolades and join more organizations and get more certification. And this lets us know that we are moving and we are gaining momentum when really we're just increasing our capacity and getting more tired quicker. So you reprioritize on a season. You say, you know what? Maybe I'm not chasing the bag. Maybe I'm not chasing accolades next quarter one of 2026 or quarter two, whatever that looks like for you. Let go of the image of success that costs you wellness. And so we just went over the menu of sacrifices because momentum is going to require sacrifice, not if, it will. And if you're going to maintain this after this 3 week series, you have to make sure that you are sacrificing either daily, for sure, weekly, monthly, or season. Go back, listen to these, write out which one is sticking with you the most, especially on a daily basis, so that you can so you can continue progressing forward. You don't need more time. I know a lot of us want more time on our schedule. You just need to more trust in God that He has you, and more trust in yourself that you can do something and follow through with it. And if you trust that God provides daily bread, then He can also provide daily wellness provision. And it doesn't always have to be a run, it could be a stretch. It could be healthy eating. It could be time spent with family, Hello, it could be rest. He gives rest to his beloved. I want you to trust that small, consistent action builds unstoppable momentum. You are building towards something better for yourself. You are building legacy. And if you're going to do that, you have to be whole. You have to be focused. You have to be in alignment. You cannot carry everything. You are not Superwoman. You have to trust that you don't have to be everywhere and do everything. You can do this. So I want to leave you with this. What is the one thing? I want you to write this question down. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to do today to honor my body and maintain momentum? Again, journal time, and you can pause it. I'm not going to play any music this time, but I encourage you to play some soft instrumental music. Give yourself 3 minutes and just write. Okay, 3 minutes. Here we go. What is the one thing I need to do today to honor my body and maintain momentum? What is the one thing I need to do today to honor my body and maintain momentum? That is question one. Question number two. What sacrifice am I willing to make to protect that one thing? I gave you a list of sacrifices. Question number two. Be real with yourself. What sacrifice am I willing to make to protect the one thing? Write these down and honor it. Your confidence will grow when you start getting results, and you start getting results when you start keeping your promises to yourself, period. And then I want you to pray, because prayer is important. And I'll give you a short prayer that you can recite, you can write down. Lord, give me my daily bread. Show me what's required today, not for my plans, but for your purpose in me. In Jesus' name, amen. I want you to go back and do this. Take time. Be still. Still is a part of the strategy of maintaining momentum. I've enjoyed this time with you, and I hope you have enjoyed it as well. If you want more information or even more resources, if you want to go on a longer journey of health and wellness and fitness together, where I'm keeping you more accountable week to week or monthly or however we come up with, send me an email, info@sarahjanefitness.com. We can figure out what does that look like for you and create a more personalized schedule. But I enjoyed this 3-week series of the Elite Energy Reset, and I hope you did too. I pray that you receive something different that makes you stop, pause, and think. It's not about doing more. It's about doing consistently what matters. And it's the small actions that go to the bigger step. I love you guys, and I thank you, WBCS, for our partnership, and I look forward to future Elite Energy Resets. Again, if you want to continue this wellness, fitness, nutrition journey with me, go ahead and reach out at info@sarahjanefitness.com. Shoot me an email, and we can talk more. Until next time, bye, guys.